This is a Taco Bell chicken quesarito, and these are the new Sony Link Buds. Why did I just show you both of them? Well, I'm gonna explain why I think they're both very similar. Innovation within their own respects, Taco Bell pushing the boundaries of what it means to be a burrito. Sony within their own respect, pushing the boundaries of what it means to have an earbud and having a new concept of what it is to have an open back feeling in an earbud package. Neither of them doing a good job at either thing. Taco Bell not being a perfect quesadilla and Sony not being a perfect earbud. I was able to order the Link Buds. I want to call them the Link Buds Pro, but they're not the Link Buds Pro. The main priority for any sort of earbud that I have, it has to be comfortable.
Wait, you guys.
No, you're good. Thank you so much.
No problem.
These are tiny. Why did I think that these were gonna be bigger? Alrighty. I may look a little bit different. It has been so much time. It's been probably like a month since that last clip. But to be honest, past me royally fucked this video. Like, bro, to be honest, I don't really understand these headphones, like at all. I want to make a great video that encompasses everything, but honestly I have no fucking clue what I'm talking about. I wanted to go super in depth into certain things, and the way that I was recording the video just didn't work out. So I'm here, clean slate, we're gonna run it. These earbuds are fairly expensive. I definitely wouldn't call them a budget earbud. Now, because of that, I feel like there's grounds for comparison to other earbuds that are similar to maybe a little bit lower to higher price points. There's a kind of a gradient to where you can kind of compare these things. Now, Sony themselves have made earbuds in the similar price range that just feel a little bit more premium. First of all, the hinge is better. The actual magnetic mechanism is so good. Super shame that they don't have wireless charging, although it's super inconvenient that you have a button. It makes it feel super cheap, I feel like. Although not a big deal as far as how it feels, it is something that you kind of notice once you open the box of like, it's a bit of a letdown. That alongside with the fact that it doesn't have any wireless charging. How do you have something? This doesn't have wireless charging, but how do you have something at this price point without wireless charging? Like at what point, why are we making these excuses? So straight out the box, super easy to pair, a little animation plays and you're basically ready to go. You can also download Sony's app. It gives you a lot more EQ settings and different things that you can use to customize the actual earbuds and how they sound. I really like that Sony does this because it gives you a little bit of wiggle room depending on what you want to prioritize in your listening experience. It's something that Sony really does pretty well. Something that I found super annoying and I thought was a cool thing, but it is really at the end of the day just a bit of a gimmick. These earbuds in particular have a function to where you don't actually have to push the earbud to pause, play, or hang up a phone call. You can kind of tap the side of your ear twice, once, depending on what you want. I found it even being kind of annoying because I was on the phone with my mom and at some point I brushed something against my ear and it hung up the phone call. I like accidentally brushed my ear or whatever and it hung up the call, so now I mean, it's literally not that big of a deal. I just call her back, but hello. This happened twice, and at some point I was like, bro, I just need to use different earbuds because this is getting annoying. I was doing things, I wasn't just at a standstill, and I kind of assumed that the earbud was going to more or less be able to differentiate when something was brushing and when it was more of an intentional tap. Maybe that comes up in future updates to kind of adjust the sensitivity of it, but as of when I tried it, it was kind of just too gimmicky. Moving on, I think with every earbud, I reiterate the same thing. The prime thing that I'm focusing on is comfort. Now, obviously, my situation is going to be different than your situation. Everybody's ears is different, and I really got an understanding of that, not only with the Beats Fit Pro video, where I explicitly said that I don't like these earbuds because they're so uncomfortable to me. Me personally, I thought they fit great. I didn't really have any pain. Even with long periods of time when I would wear it, I really didn't have any ear fatigue. But my girlfriend, on the other hand, what part hurts her ear?
But I'm pulling on my piercing. I'm feeling it different because it's like hurting up here. Like little like flap that you see right here in my ear. That's what it's hurting.
Her ear shape was a little bit just not exactly a fit, and because the majority of the body is a hard plastic, it's not something that you can really have too much wiggle room on. There are some adjustment rings depending on your comfort level. You have a little bit of an adjustment, but because everything's hard plastic, there's not too much wiggle room. It's something that I think you really have to figure out yourself, and if you buy them and end up not liking them, hopefully you could always return them. I tried it with ASMR. So as far as I could tell, the ASM meter for this particular earbud is a solid like 8.5. I know this isn't for everybody, but I prioritize my earbuds to also be able to have a good ASMR experience. Now, I thought these earbuds were going to be very interesting to try out because personally, I actually like to listen to ASMR with speakers instead of earbuds. For some reason, the speakers give me a little bit more immersion than an actual headphone or earbud. And for some reason, speakers just do that for me. So because of the form factor of these earbuds, I thought these were going to be amazing. I thought they were going to be the first 10 out of 10 on the ASM meter. Unfortunately, they weren't. They weren't bad by any means. And I think for the people who enjoy ASMR in the same way that I just described, they will actually love the experience because it does allow for that privacy of earbuds when it comes to ASMR and when you're watching something that you just want to relax to, and the ability to still have this kind of ambient feeling of I'm still in my room or wherever you happen to be. Moving on to the biggest pitfall I think these earbuds have is that they're just not loud enough. And I really realized this when I tried to go running with them. Going on a run with these is not that enjoyable. I felt like I really couldn't either hear the audio or the wind noise was just coming in a little too much. I'm gonna try to emulate this as best as I can, but this is what it sounded like when I went on a run with the Link Buds. I only see how that could be fixed in one of two ways. You allow the earbud to get a little bit louder, or you opt in for a more noise isolation earbud. Hopefully with other iterations of this earbud, Sony could really dial in what it means to have an open back earbud. At the moment, I think they just fall short on a couple of things, and I don't really understand where you would really use these. I know there are certain use cases and maybe certain people who only want ambient mode on an earbud, but it's really experimental and just not loud enough. And for the use cases that I see, I don't really understand why you would choose this over something like AirPods or another brand that you might like, maybe even another Sony product that you like, that has a little bit better of noise isolation when you want it to, and the ability to switch between. But those are obviously all my opinions. Go ahead and leave everything you think down below. If you think I'm right, if you think I'm wrong, and in certain use cases where you think that they would be super useful and maybe even the only earbud that you could use. Let me know all in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. Peace. No.